The anime starts with a kunai shower to wake him up. How about this dude, he tattooed a Japanese character on his eye. That's why you're gonna die virgin, you weeaboo. Then he makes these red lines to defend himself, who would think red streaks would be enough to stop ninja knives. Uzui is using a kunai as a piercing to impose dominance. Gyutaro complains of slight discomfort in his knees, so Uzui cuts them off. Also, he gets hit by a kunai in the neck, his day can't get any worse. Look at Gyotaro's depressed face. In over 700 episodes of Naruto, no one has been hit by a kunai, but here he is. The opening begins, and after my last video of Demon Slayer, I can't make any other jokes from this opening. Or maybe can I? Nobody watched my Vinland Saga video, so this is just fine. When the anime comes back, Uzui and his harem are visiting a graveyard. It may not seem the best place for a date, but I think the guy with 3 wives knows more about the subject than us. Have you ever realized that Uzui paints his nails? What a homo. He paints his nails and doesn't let his wives paint hers, for you to learn how a true alpha male acts. He pours water on his brother's tombstone. Y'all don't know that, but his brother used to love playing in a pool. Exactly guys, Uzui's brother is Michael Phelps. What about their lunch? Doesn't that seem like a lot for 4 people? Maybe you're just fat. I just deduced 2 things. First, Uzui clearly has a type, vanilla specifically. Second, ninjas don't wear bras, they're truly free women. It seems good to be married to 3 hotties. But get a look at those big ass wedding bands that Uzui needs to wear on his biceps. His face now is like, am I living or just existing? What an excellent subject to bring up at mealtime while in a cemetery. This man knows how women's mind works. And once again, he looks at Michael Phelps' tombstone. Then Uzui takes a cherry petal out of Tanjiro female's hair. It caught me off guard, the fact this character looks more like Tanjiro than Nezuko herself. And if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, otherwise, you'll never have a date, right in front of a graveyard. If you're an emo, you're freaking out now. Back to the fight, Uzui and Tanjiro are, well, I think they'll end up hitting each other's swords. Gyutaro regenerates both feet, and I want to buy pics of his feet. So the traffic light goes green. I know you didn't see that coming. Gyutaro makes red swirls. Are those red squiggles really his superpower? Uzui kicks Tanjiro away. I'm sure you didn't expect that. What a team those two are gonna make. Hashira uses his breathing, and he starts exhaling school sounds. When he stops, he realizes Gyutaro wasn't even there to take any damage. Guess who attacks him from behind? That's right, Uzui is that popular with women. She throws kunai to help him out. Wait, did I see that right? She literally pinned a kunai on his arm? I knew this open relationship thing wouldn't end well. Then she begins to talk a whole lot, and Gyutaro shuts her up. He has his eyes closed, cause it's the first time he touches a woman. Meanwhile, Uzui is playing fabric cutting. Another flashback, this one must be old, since it's being filmed with a camera from the beginning of the century. And here comes the envious, even Inosuke male is prettier than you. Easy win to Inosuke female. Tanjiro runs towards them. There's been more than enough time for Gyutaro to smash her head. Funnily, he can run while cutting the fabric, unlike somebody else that I don't want to mention. He tries to breathe fire and gets sick. Moral of the story is, do not drink gasoline. And there they are, standing still. Notice that Gyutaro still has his eyes closed. Tanjiro saves her with a move worthy of the Avatar. Yo buddy, do you want a hand? He opened his eye, but only one, cause he's going in his own time. Then Tanjiro begins to remember a lot of people who have already died, and who was probably killed by Gyutaro. We also see that old man hitting Tanjiro with a judo move. He fights in Rock Lee's position. Anyway, Gyutaro holds his sword with one of the sais. But then Uzui shows up, and he's about to cut off Gyutaro's head, but let's to the commercial break first. When the anime comes back, they're not even airing the same fight, not fair. What's so funny Daki? How are they jumping so far away? That roof must be insanely vast. Dodging these fabrics is so easy, that Inosuke even stops to watch another fight. Then they take a good look at Daki's neck and think, do we really need to cut her off? Can't we just bite her neck or, I don't know, rub my dick on it? That was a joke. She tries to wrap Zenitsu, but he easily cuts through the fabrics. Why doesn't he do it on his way to her neck? Here we are again, he's holding each of them with each scythe. It's a good time for you to use your other sword bro. I mean, why would you even bother to bring 2 otherwise? Gyutaro infects their blades with STDs, joke's on you, he doesn't mate. Must be actually one of those virgin-type diseases like flu, fever, or baldness. Finally, he's gonna use the other sword. Jesus Christ, and I thought I was cool for being able to pop my neck. So Uzui jumps off the building, taking Gyutaro with him. His plan is to kill the demon by falling. Both Tanjiros look to find out what happened. But look who shows up. The 2 fights are colliding. It's like Avenger Endgame, a crossover but everyone knows each other. They decide to change strategy. They 3 will fight Daki and Uzui. Nope, he's probably doing just fine. Daki begins to laugh at their faces, too audacious for someone who's only wearing her underwear. Tanjiro has some important information, but Inosuke's mind right now is like,
when I grow up, I want to be a principal or a caterpillar.
They spend like 13 hours just attacking these tentacles. They beat the worms with water, with electricity, and sometimes, believe it or not, they hit it with their swords. Inosuke catches up with Daki, and proceeds to chop off her head, in the handsaw style of the cubic Siberian moonwolf. How crazy, huh? Looks like her head can fly. He takes the head, and puts it under his arm. I don't want to accuse anyone, but I don't think Inosuke's armpit, it's a place that smells nice. Inosuke even cuts her hair, for Daki to die with a nice hairstyle. Then Gyutaro appears from behind, piercing the heart of our second favorite wild boar. The favorite is James. This is James. BD-dubs, Uzui was defeated, and even lost a hand. Have you ever realized that Uzui paints his nails? What a homo. The next episode begins, with Uzui lying down resting. When will this Hashira move his lazy ass? Zenitsu screams in desperation, "You're too excited, for someone who's technically sleeping. Look at Inosuke over there, that maybe look bad now, but from now on, he's gonna have a badass scar on his back." Holy shit, Tanjiro has been falling since the last episode. Everyone's dying, and they're watching fireworks at the opening, disappointed but not surprised. Finally, he takes a nap, and dreams a little, the city on fire, and he's dreaming around. His dream is basically, Nezuko talking a lot of bullshit, average anime little sister. There's a lot of snow on the ground, why don't they at least go indoors? I know their house has their family corpses, well, just be careful to not step on them. It's so windy, her hair even comes loose on its own. And those were literally, Nezuko's only lines in the entire season, besides for murmurings of course. He wakes up, and there's fire all around. That's a good thing since it's nighttime, otherwise, Tanjiro wouldn't be able to see a thing. Nezuko's sleeping like a log, she got regeneration, so it's expected for her to don't give a shit. Gyutaro is right here, I think that was a jump scare. Yeah, somehow it was. Oh look, it's the Elric brothers' house back there. This guy's spine looks just like a speed bump, it's like somebody lined up turtles on the guy's back. Inosuke's sleeping, that blood pool must be making it quite warm, so does the fire. It's no time to play hide and seek Zenitsu, and why are you petting this piece of wood? I wouldn't recommend Uzui to sleep in this position. When he wakes up, his arm will be numb, and that sucks. Tanjiro has this terrified face, cuz he doesn't like to remember this blood-related thing. Gyotaro's waist is so thin, he's almost like a hottie. And Tanjiro starts to simulate a wank, with the handle of his sword. Is that you, pure boy? Then Gyutaro remembers a video, where a fat man falls from a bike, and he bursts out laughing. He gets in a good mood, and even pats Tanjiro on the head. To seal their new friendship, Tanjiro and Gyutaro shake hands, almost that. Then he starts hitting Tanjiro on the head, and says he's doing it to kill the lice. Now he shakes his head, for the lice to fall. To us, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but to them, it's like...
Whoa! The road's getting kinda bumpy here.
Then Tanjiro takes Nezuko's box, and bolts the fuck away from him. Let's look at Daki for a while to clear our eyes. Alright, that must be enough. He runs as fast as a slug that had a stroke. So Gyutaro sends him to check if this house is on fire. Well yep, so far I got the impression that it's indeed on fire. How is this guy so skeletal thin, but has the trapeze neck so muscular? Tanjiro can lie as much as he pleases, his fingers have been crossed, this entire time. Some more cheap bullying by this cutie. He tattooed his own eye, and dyed his hair green, he has no right to be a bully. He asks what's that on Gyotaro's face. Oh but don't mind it, it's just Tanjiro's skull. He's like, whatever, it's not like it's gonna affect me anyway. Too late son, you already have gonorrhea. He can't understand what happened, but then he sees the kunai, it's infected with Uzui's tainted blood. That's what I call a proper plot twist. He thinks about Tanjiro's ass, wait what? I can see an opportunity when it appears. It's time to end it, in the French Revolution way. Daki calls Gyutaro Oni-chan, and Tanjiro finds himself in the villain's place. Fuck off anime, if I wanted to see psychology bullshit, I wouldn't be watching the battle shonen. Gyutaro tries to do a push-up, he wants it so damn bad. But there are always to try to put you down. Daki tries to interfere, but Zenitsu stops her. Not only that, but he turns into Thor, and plans to cut her head off by himself. Maybe you should have invested a little more in the fabric quality. Then he makes a long speech, about why you shouldn't skip leg day. Let's see how's Tanjiro doing. Well he's f***ed up. OMG, is the main character gonna die? Not if our favorite HIV positive saves him. The second favorite actually, can't forget about Freddie Mercury. 2 hands are for weak people, if you got 2, you're a loser. I for example, have no hands, I type with my tongue, and with my elbow. Look at this motherfucker's eyes. Please guys, always wear a condom. Even if you're just masturbating, you never know. Uzui makes a fail-safe plan. Then they spend a few minutes beating each other's swords. Sounds like a rude person is about to have lunch. I'm just assuming the animation is great, cuz it's ufotable. If it was up to my eyes only, I wouldn't understand anything. And Tanjiro right there, getting ready to steal Uzui's kill. He's even making peace and love symbols, what a jerk. There's something in Uzui's eye. Done, it's out. So Gyutaro pierces under Tanjiro's chin. What's the chance to not have any important arteries there? The same as someone being able to change his heart position. And how did he reach Zenitsu's speed? What a coincidence, they fall right in front of each other. I wanna see them kissing now. Uzui's wives celebrate, can they do with each other? I mean, it'd be pretty unfair if they can't. What's the problem bro? Did you forget your asthma inhaler at home? Then their body explodes, and a catastrophe happens. For this POV, I can guarantee that the 4th Holy Grail War is finally over, the end. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. I'd like to ask you to watch at least 2 videos of the channel in a row because it helps me a lot. Also make a friend watch this video too. Use violence if necessary. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Bye.